Hey guys, this is Stormy with the capital Z. Welcome to another Warcraft 3 cast. Today's game will be featuring ReMinD, the red Night Elf player versus Reprisal, the blue human player on this map, Amazonia. Well, this is still a kind of a pretty new map for the players. Although it has been almost a year since it released, it is sort of similar to Terranistan. Well, almost has the creep spots are almost identical. But let's see how the game goes. We have the malicious scout from the human player going towards the Nile base. Gonna be pounding away at either of the two buildings and gonna be dropping the scout farm, to give the extra view for some good amount of time, that I have to say, to the human player in this game. And seems like ReMinD is going for a tavern build. Has not dropped the altar yet. Has dropped the Azure of War. Has dropped the Moonwell, but no altar. While the militia which has transformed back into the peasant, the original mood again, is now dropping a farm right beside that Moonwell over there. Well, don't you know why would you want to drop it right beside it, but that will be revealing like this much of the area to him. Let's see how much. Yep, that is revealing some good amount of area. The altar coming up for ReMinD, and seems like this Wisp over here is gonna be going towards the tavern to get the tavern hero for ReMinD. The human choice, the human obvious choice that I can say would be the Archmage, which is going to be coming out in this game. Well, the footman comes out. Doesn't seem like Reprisal cares that ReMinD is going for a tavern build. His footman is going right directly towards these creeps, and well, now Reprisal dropping the second scout farm for the even more extra view. And yeah, that is gonna be giving him some good advantage of the game in the start of the game, that is, until ReMinD plans to take it out. And now we have Reprisal going for the creeping at the orange camp right beside his base and the goblin laboratory, while ReMinD is now has the altar up, but doesn't seem there's the hero, and good choice there by ReMinD, choosing a Dark Ranger against a human player. A Dark Ranger is pretty much viable for against a human player, as the human player has, well, at the start of the game at least, has, well, I wouldn't say just at the start, else, and I like 90% of the game he has like these weak, like low hit points units, which like have to be a little mashed up more than the other races. You can take them out pretty easily, and then with the black arrow of this Dark Ranger, they can be turned into these skeleton dark minions just after they die. And so that will be like it will be like one unit lost for the human player will be one unit gained by the Nidal player. For that is for a little amount of time, not forever. As you can see, these dark minions are very useful. It does cost the mana and does continuously drain the mana with each hit from the Dark Ranger, but it is pretty useful as well at the same time, as the Dark Ranger gets to level 2, and here come the skeleton minions, and these skeleton minions signify to the human player that that ReMinD has gone for the Dark Ranger. Well, he probably might have noticed, seeing that he already had the farm though set up over there. ReMinD is done at the two green camp. I have to say one green camp and one orange camp. Well, and it seems like both of those are done. Wait. Reprisal also crept out one green camp as well, two green camps for Reprisal, and now going for the orange one, trying to get the hero to level 3. That is. Actually, in a pretty much actually doing it with a little risk over here. Well, he does have defend, and that will hold him off against the piercing damage of those trolls. Well, now ReMinD going for a orange camp as well, and now actually getting a good mass number of skeletons over here, and they're gonna be pretty much useful against the human player. 5 skeletons, and seems like the human player is going for an expansion. ReMinD setting up the scout wisp right at the expansion will be giving him all the vision, and that is giving all the vision to him that the human player is trying to expand. And now here comes the battle. Well, you can say the start of battle of the game. We have skeleton minions in the front trying to take out the footmen, but well, very smart play there by Reprisal. he researched the defend, which is not very much used against archers, but right now it will be very much useful because archers will be the main, well, you can say the main attacking thing for ReMind, as the skeleton warrior are just like the fronters, the things that are going to be fronting the battle and going to be keeping the footmen away from the archers. And that defend mode actually managed to like kind of scare off ReMind a little, but ReMind is coming back right when his Reprisal is going for the creeping, trying to take out that Wisp over there. Wisp detonated right on the Archmage. Archmage is at very low mana over there, does not have much mana to cast anything over there. Now trying to take out, oh my, that's a Naga Seaweed and a Dark Ranger. That combination is really good, and we're gonna see it come into effect right here. As you can see, more of these militias dying. What ReMind is doing is trying to take out the militias instead of the footmen, as the militias do not have any kind of the defend mode that these footmen have. The footmen's defend mode gives reduces the damage to 30%, the piercing damage to 30%, and all of these archers do piercing damage. And that's actually advantaging Reprisal a lot, and seems like Reprisal somehow managing to come out of this battle, come with the upper hand, and now trying a little elemental block over there, actually pretty successful in following that Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger getting at low hit points, it needs to escape over there, although it would just have to use the TP, which he is forced to use. Reprisal is just rolling here, guys, and Reprisal forced to TP back to the base. Now gonna be taking out these farms until he's like recuperating at the base. While he has dropped a Ancient of Wind and, well, an Ancient of Wonders right in the center of the map beside the tavern. Seems like he might even go for a third tavern hero when he gets to tier 3, that is. Now trading these Talons. These Talons are very effective against footmen, that's one thing I can say. The Talons magic damage do more, they do magic damage that does extra damage to the heavy armor of these footmen. And the footmen, and they also cast that fairy fire that like reduces the armor, and that's like double the damage, and they will be no doubt very useful along with the Dark Ranger and the Naga Sea Witch arrow magic, that is the black arrow and the slowing cold arrow. And here comes the initial battle. We have the Dark Ranger going right inside there and getting shot by the arcane towers, and there goes the fairy fire. One more advantage of fairy fire is that the fairy fire reveals the unit to the caster. That is, if the unit if one or three units are like fairy fire over here, and even if like ReMind goes out of this area, these units will be visible. The area of vision of this unit will be completely visible to ReMind, like until that fairy fire wears off. And now the fairy fire coming to play, the greatly reduced armor along with the magic damage and double arrow magic working very well against this footman. And each kill for ReMind is like getting him one more soldier into the battle, and that just gave him 4 more soldiers. That like 4 more skeleton minions, and those skeleton minions are gonna be rolling in this game. They are going to be taken out by the towers, but unfortunately the tower kills do not give any kind of experience to the heroes, and that is kind of costing Reprisal a little over here. He does have a good number of towers ready up, but seems like this combination, this very good combination of the magic arrows will be working pretty well against the human player. Now taking out another footman. Now gonna go for another. Oh my, just like that was like 10 seconds, and he earned 2 more skeleton warriors for the fight. And now ReMind looking very good over here in this battle. His Naga Sea Witch and the Dark Ranger combination looking very good in this matchup. Just took out the last footman over there, and now setting up Ancient of Wars. That's something that I kind of missed over there, even if I do believe I did see it. I was like completely engrossed into like telling you guys about what ReMind is planning to do. And now ReMind going after the peasant one by one, trying to convert them into those skeleton minions as well. And now going after the elemental Archmage, getting a low hit point. Well, it is that pretty low hit point, not getting. One Ancient of War is up, and that Ancient of War is gonna be eating a few trees and gonna be charging in right to the expansion. Seems like the second Ancient of War is also gonna be coming up, while ReMind is gonna be completely constantly harassing the human player. The disadvantage that Reprisal is in at the moment is that he is not at tier 2. When the human player goes for an expansion, he's completely out of options. He like has to spend all his resources to like make up all this big expansion over here, and when he like make the expansion, he cannot take up at the same time, and like to the expenditure spent for the maintaining the like building and maintenance of this expansion is just like Horn's development. Sometimes this expanding is not very good as well. But if the expansion is set up and the Nidal player is like forced back to the base, he can get back into the game very well, and he can gain the upper hand very well. That is, not just get back into the game, because like you'll be getting the double amount of the resources you get if you have the expansion set up over here. But at the moment, Reprisal is just at tier 1 because he set up the expansion, and ReMinD will not be going back anytime soon. Even if he gets weak, he would be going back even if he will be going only and only if there is no other option, because well, there is no other option for ReMinD, because if ReMinD like goes back and like waits and like waits for and like let the human player recuperate, it will be like too late, because as the human player gains the extra resources, he will be completely backward. And seems like the human player did take up to tier 2 while all of this was transpired, all of this was going on. I don't see the second hero yet, though. The second hero is something that well, you can see like something all that the human player needs right now. The Archmage is at level 5, but where is that MK? We did just go back to the base, and we did see that while all this transpired, the human player did take up to tier 2, even after all my babbling over who was he disadvantaged out, even though he is still disadvantaged. And seems like he's going for spellbreakers, just one spellbreaker out that will be giving the feedback to him, gonna be like reducing the Nagasi, like gonna be reducing the mana with each hit. Well, one more good thing with the spellbreaker is that these spellbreakers are immune to magic. When they're immune to magic, they can be attacked by the Fruit of Talon, they can be black arrowed, they can be affected by black arrow, they cannot be affected by that cold arrow, and they're like almost like the perfect counter to this. Well, seems like the expansion is set free. Well, nothing except this monstrous Ancient War hitting away on those units, while the Archmage running back, and the Dark Ninja still following it, just landing blows. Oh my, the block! Oh, the Archmage just barely survived over there. Archmage barely surviving and getting inside his blocked base, and somehow managing to survive over here, pulling his militias over here, and now sending them back again. Seems like these breakers are doing the job. As I said, these spellbreakers are immune to magic, they are immune to the fairy fire, they are immune to the magic attack of the Talon, and they are immune to both of these arrows. And that like completely counters this combination that ReMinD set up in this map, for this map specifically, if you ask me. And here's the second hero. Finally, we have a paladin over here, which, well, he's pretty much the hero that that Reprisal needed right now. Oh my! He just took out the Dark Ninja using a Holy Light, and now he got what he wanted. He just needed this small opportunity to recuperate. Although he just died. that paladin just died to that forked lightning of the Naga Sea Witch. Gave a level to the Naga Sea Witch, level 4 Naga Sea Witch. While these archers are going to be getting toward the expansion. Well, even though he got the time to recuperate, he doesn't have the workers that he needed. If he had like at least like 3 to 4 workers over here, he could have got some good amount of gold. Well, until all that transpired, until like ReMinD was at the main base, and like the first hero died. That is, and the first hero seems like he's gonna be getting the hero taverning back the hero. He revived the hero using the tavern in the middle of the map, and now gonna be forcing himself right into the human phase once again. But seems like Reprisal gonna be trying sort of backing him out, going right after that Naga Sea Witch, and oh my, saved that right at the moment from that Archmage, from that holy light of the Paladin. That one thing I have to say. And seems like that Ancient of War is gonna be walking out over there safely, and seems like he's gonna be entering once again. The strategy of ReMinD is very interesting. Like setting up these Ancient of War at the expansion, and whoa, well, seems like Reprisal got a Sentry Ward. Sentry Ward will be sort of useful over there, pretty much useful, that I can say. And right now, well, the ReMinD just rooted away his Ancient of War. The only reason I see to it that is because after rooting, you get fortified armor. Fortified armor takes very less damage from any kind of attack, except siege, that is, and that will be like elongating his life, which kind of did over here because he was backing out. And well, seems like he's gonna be walking with all these monstrous trees that he has, and seems like he also got two Ancient of Lords. And well, don't tell me, but ReMinD is transitioning into Dryads. Dryads are the perfect counter against these Spellbreakers. That is, Spellbreakers is what Reprisal is kind of making, and actually making a blacksmith as well. Seems like he's gonna be upgrading the armor for the Spellbreaker or something, because I don't see anything else that he can do. Well, wait, that he can do one thing, that is like train the Riflemen. Riflemen are indeed a very good counter against the Dryads, that is. And now with this very weird Night Elf army, along with a few skeletons and a few ancients, gonna be walking towards the human expansion. And now the Dryads gonna be showing their magic with the dispel. That, well, the dispel magic of the Dryads will be coming pretty much handy against the sorcerers, slow toward the human player. And now the human player gonna be trying his best to save. He doesn't really have many units over here, and well, the Night Elf player is still in the dominant position. I don't see many ways from which the human player can win. Well, if he like leaves the expansion, he might have a chance, but after incurring so much in the expansion and then leaving it, it almost seems like completely useless. And well, it's almost like it is almost completely useless, and it's almost better to like leave the game instead of trying away after that. And right now, well, the Night Elf player is still dominant, taking over these units one by one, and this is Dark Minion level 3. That's one thing I can say. That does mean the hero did reach level 5. And right now the Night Elf player are going to be pounding away over these guard towers and gonna be taking out this expansion very well. And the human player doesn't really have many units, and yes, as I suspected, he is going for Rifleman, gonna be training a few more. He does need a lot more though. Also training the Black Gunpowder upgrade, the first attack upgrade for the ranged units of the human army. Does affect Riflemen, mortar teams, and well, siege tanks, gyrocopters, and whatever you can call them. Well, we have ReMinD's hero going right inside the human base, dropping the sentry ward. He also has a sentry ward at the expansion. I did see that, although I don't believe I mentioned it though. And here we go again. The human player gonna be, well, the human player seems to be completely outmatched at the moment though. These he has many units, but they don't seem sufficient to counter this kind of a Night Elf army. And the Night Elf player is just proving dominant again and again, along with the black arrow of the Dark Quencher, and the Force Lightning, and the cold arrow of the Naga Sea Witch. And now, right now, these Dryads are just seem to be the X ingredient to the formula of the ReMinD. There seems like they were all that ReMinD needed. They were all everything else that ReMinD needed, like to dispel away these water elementals, to get away that slow and everything else that the human player could try to pose as a threat to the Night Elf player. And there was going for an attack over the Paladin. Paladin going for the Divine Armor. Well, the Archmage is actually silenced over there. Silent, and oh my, the Archmage is at a level 6 over here, but not very useful, as the level 6 is mass teleportation. Not very useful at this kind of a scenario where he doesn't really have many units. The Paladin is doing his job well, although by using that Holy Light. But oh my, that last Fork Lightning just did the job, and GG says Reprisal. Thank you for joining me in this very high explosive, high impact matchup. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Do if you like it, do subscribe, and no, well, see you guys later. Z